we did last time. Today, we come to you together with Mr. Patrick Lumumba. Sir Patrick Lumumba, this show, and today he's here to just put more flesh to some of the topics that he handled, owing to the very many comments that we received on our desk. We decided to have Mr. Lumumba again come to our studios to make some of those perspectives quite clear to us. Mr. Lumumba, I remember the last time I hosted you on this show, you talked about so many things. And the one question that still stands out for me is when I asked, why have you chosen the boy? Ladies and gentlemen, before we even chip into that, I just want to remind you that Mr. Lumumba is the director of York Primary School that is found in Bujiri town in the eastern part of the country. This school provides education just not from class and theories, but they have been very ardent on providing skills like poultry, skills of football, to try to demystify for us. Why do girls clock 30 years? Most ladies, especially educated women, clock 30 years and they still haven't found a husband. I know of my friend who is actually clocking who is actually clocking 40, but up to now she actually was telling me that she has not been approached by any man, neither has she been approached by even a suitor. I don't know what the problem is. This is a girl I went with to school, but she's clocking into her 40s, but she doesn't have anyone who is approaching. Is it because of the girls' choices or the boys' choices?
Thank you, Derek. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, viewers. The topic we're handling today is a very interesting topic. And I have been in the girls' world for quite some time. I started my career as a teacher. I told you last time, as a secondary school teacher at Mount St. Mary's in Namagunga. Now we have a school which is 22 years old. We have seen girls who have gone through that school. You know, they've qualified, they are educated, they have degrees. The ones I taught in Namagunga, qualified, educated, very beautiful. But now the question is, why don't these girls get married? They are beautiful girls. They are well educated. They have good jobs. So what's lacking? And the answer comes to missing link, or the weak link in this issue is the man, the father. The father is the weak link in that issue. Is the problem why the girl child, the educated girl child is not getting married. The father does not do his role. He does not do it either because
doing
he does
the role on the man's side, on the boy's child or the girl's child as well.
On the boy's child, on the girl's child, because he's the father. He's the foundation. He's the priest in the home. He's the one who is supposed to lead, provide direction for that home. So he's the one supposed to do. He's supposed to the one to provide a vision for that family, including his daughters. So these girls, the educated girls who are not getting married, they are not getting married because of the father.
Mr. Lumumba, I want to just bring you to speed that I have given you an anecdote of that girl, that lady whom I studied with. She's very qualified, a very serious journalist, and she is one of those girls you would look at and strikes you at by the first look. But she doesn't have a mother. She grew up with her father. And she says if she is to get any man, that man should be as good as the father. Do you think that's also one of the problems that these girls are facing?
Exactly, yes. And this is how. I'll first put the main point, and then I'll reverse. The number one reason why educated girls are not getting married is because the fathers are not doing the most critical thing. That is parenting. And today we are going to look at parenting for the girl child by the father's side. Number one, the father should at age 16, 17, or 18 of his daughter, the father should place a purity ring on the daughter. I repeat, the dad of the girl should place a purity ring on this finger of the daughter and speak these words. I give you this ring as a sign of purity, that you'll keep yourself holy until the day of your marriage. And that ring can only be removed on the day of marriage when the husband is placing his ring on that finger. That's the role of the father. But in order to arrive at that point, when the father is able to place that ring, we have to go to the 4 major parenting styles. There are 4 major parenting styles that the dad and his wife, the mom of the daughter, should have carried out. Any of the 4. However, from my explanation, you are going to see the one which is better, which will lead this girl to getting married. The first one, the first parenting style, is called authoritarian or dictatorial parenting style. Authoritarian or dictatorial is a parenting style where the father is the only one who knows what's supposed to do. He dictates whatever is supposed to be done. Nobody questions him. Using this parenting style of authoritative, the father only looks out for the wrong in the child. He only looks out for the wrong. And then he points out the wrong to the child. He never elevates the good in the child. Never at all. He doesn't elevate the good. But only points, whenever the child has done this, he criticizes the child. Whenever the child has done, criticizes the child. This kind of parenting style, children are very scared. They are very fearful of their father. They run away like rats. They never relate to the father well. Because actually, the father is like a monster in the home. Children fear him, including the daughters. So that's the first one. The second parenting style is called democratic stroke permissive parenting style. Now, under this parenting style of democratic stroke permissive parenting style, the father or the parent elevates the child to the level of an adult and asks the child, Grace, will you take tea or porridge? If the child says, I'll take tea, then again he will ask, will you take milk tea or black tea? Will you take spiced tea or, democratic?
The hotel style.
Yeah. You are elevating the child to your level, to an adult, to be able to decide. No, that's not correct. The third one is called child-centered parenting. Now, child-centered parenting.
Maybe before you go to child-centered parenting, when you look at the one that you elevate your child to that level of an adult, there is democracy. You will do what makes your child happy. You will make decisions according to what makes your child happy. Isn't this something that everyone, especially children, long for? That my father will do something that makes me happy.
No, we are talking about minors now. They are still children. They are still very young. And you are beginning to talk and discuss with them. You can't. At that level, for example, between 1 and 5, you're supposed to decide for them.
Okay.
Yes. You don't have to seek their opinion. No. Because you are an adult, you know better. So, under democratic is where elevate. Now, the child-centered parenting is where you do everything for the good of the child. This is most common by single mothers. I bought my plot of land. I put it in my child's name. I bought my car. I bought a car, but I've registered it in the. I've seen it because when I was working in Chambogo, I saw colleagues, ladies, they would put their car logbooks. They would register the logbooks in their child's names. I've put it in my child's names. Yeah, that is good, but it's not sustainable because the moment the child learns that he has property, I've seen examples. They're already adults, but they grow to squander that property. Because after all, why should I work? Why should I struggle? Already me, I have a piece of land in Janja. I have a piece of land in Kololo. My mom bought for me. My dad bought for me. So they don't. So you are not putting that spirit of working in them. So child-centered parenting, that one, mostly done carried out by single parents, but mostly moms, because they want to please the child, and because they say, I don't want to stress myself, the dad left, so they do that.
And the other maturity level of getting a husband or a wife. How is the parenting done in that manner?
Thank you very much, Derek. From year one, from the day the child is born, the baby has ears, and all the senses are on the body are listening. The ears, the eyes, the body, the skin, they are all listening. How you talk to that child, what you speak to that child, the child is listening. The child is perceiving. The words you say will come to pass one day. So as this child becomes conscious, what are you speaking to this child every day? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The child 3 years is already talking and is listening. One thing I want to point out is that at 3 years, these children are very young and innocent. If it is a CD, it is a blank CD. It is fresh. What are you writing on that CD? The stuff that you write there sticks there. So the thing is, who are the people in the circles of this child? If you are a working parent, who are you living with that child? Who is there? So this child is listening to the parents and takes in everything 100%. In fact, in one of the curriculum called Montessori, the child's brain is like a sponge. It soaks in everything. The brain takes in everything. So whatever you are speaking to this child, everything is absorbed. So the child at that level is very submissive, listens to everything. So the question is, what are you speaking? So between 5 and 11, 12, the child is absorbing everything. Now, I want to say, during this parenting, from 5, and may I request that the parent should endeavor to take this child at least if you cannot afford, at least once a year, take this child out, both of you only, dad and the daughter. Take this child out to her favorite place, talk, connect. Now, they are now have bringing the 3 aspects. Every human being lives in 3 worlds: public world, the private world, the personal world. The public world is, maybe you can come back home and your child will tell you, Daddy, hey, the president was on TV today. I saw him. He was saying this. That's public. He was on TV, everybody saw it. Private, maybe your child is in P2 or P3, and your child has a friend in class, but the child is being sent away for fees quite often. And the child is concerned. So the child approaches you and says, Dad, my friend Rita is being sent away from fees quite often. I suspect they have school fees issues. Dad, can you help? Now, that's a privacy between you and your daughter. Your daughter is already having empathy. And is feeling for the friend. That is an issue between you. Please don't go and tell the mom. If the child has approached you, now, personal, which is important. Personal issues. Everyone lives in a personal world. A personal world is where these are matters of the heart. Now, I'll give you an example. The child was in nursery school, and when the child came back home, the father was taking the daughter to sleep, and the father was busy asking, how was teacher so and so? How was this? How was your day? But the daughter was not happy. While the father was concerned about the performance in class, the relationship with the teacher, the daughter was not happy. Why? Other children are being told by their fathers that you are pretty, you are precious, you are this. So the girl wanted. So the dad, as the dad laid the girl into her bed, the girl asked the father, Daddy, am I pretty? For her, that's what she was concerned with. Those are matters of the heart. That is now personal. She wants to hear it from you. Other fathers are telling their children that they are pretty, that they are precious, they are beautiful. She has never heard it from you. And these children compare notes. They say, oh, Daddy told me I'm beautiful. Daddy told me I'm pretty. if you can connect you with your child from age 3, and the child starts to share with you those personal things, you'll have won the battle. The challenge is many parents lose this battle along the way. And the children, the girls, since we're talking about the girl child, the girl stops trusting you because of the way you behave. I'll give you an example. A girl in P6 approached his father because a boy in P7 had told the girl that, Charity, you are pretty. I would like to kiss you. Because the girl had established a good relationship with the father, the girl went to the father and asked, Dad, a boy in my class called Jimmy told me that I'm pretty and he wants to kiss me. Dad, what should I tell him? But because the father had maintained that relationship with the daughter, he said, yeah, it is true, you are pretty. I have always been telling you here that you are pretty and you are made in God's own image and likeness. You're a very pretty girl, you're a very beautiful girl. So that boy, what he's telling you is true. So what you should tell him, go and give him and say, thank you. I am pretty and I know it. My dad tells it to me. Yeah, there's no problem. But as for kissing, no, I'm underage. And besides, we're not yet married. Why? Because this dad already has a personal relationship. He enters, he knows the girl shares with the dad what goes on in the girl's heart. If this relationship continues, then at age 12, after the mother has done what they call rites of passage. Rites of passage actually should be done between 11 and 12. This is when the parent gives what we call age-appropriate information to the daughter. First should be the mom. The mom should be the one to go and sit down with the daughter and do what we call rites of passage. Rites of passage ceremony. Speak to the girl and tell her what is going to happen, what the body changes that are likely to happen, what will happen if she messes up. The mom should do that. After that, the dad should endeavor also to go out with this girl to her favorite place, either to ice cream or wherever, and do that. Once the father connects with this daughter on heart-to-heart level, let me tell you, if there's a boy in school who approaches this girl will be able to tell the father. Girls don't normally tell their fathers when there's no connection.
Yes.
When these people they don't talk. The daughter sees you as a stranger or as a school fees provider, or someone provides bread and shelter and clothing. That's all. But you don't have heart to heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are still continuing with you on this very wonderful topic of one just trying to learn that heart-to-heart connection between father and daughter. We are still live on our YouTube channel, and that is News 24/7. 7 has a word as 7, and the other 24 is just letters. And we are also still live on our Twitter handles and YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see already you are burning with questions to Mr. Lumumba. And please keep them coming when the segment of the questions come. We shall be talking to you. This show is brought to you by York Primary School, the school that's found in the eastern part of this country. We also are very energized always with Rock Boom, feel the positive energy, as well as those people who like to go sport. Please go and bet on our Facebook, on our social media channels, where you will find Fortbet, and the link will be right there. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with this show, I want to welcome you and tell you that I am still the host